What if every NBA player was the exact same overall? So the way I went about doing this was, instead of making it so everybody's stats were exactly the same, I just lower or raised everyone's overall evenly until they were an 85 overall. So they're still going to have relatively the same play style. You're just going to see a little bit. They're just all going to be the same overall, but with their own play style still, instead of them all being pretty much clones of each other. But everybody on the roster, 1 through 15, are all 85 overalls. I will see you guys at the All-Star break to see if anything really interesting happens. By looking at the All-Stars, you can already see it. This has made a huge impact on the league. I thought it would be a lot more, impactful on the lower overalls, because the higher overalls are really carried by their badges, whereas the lower overalls getting bumped up to an 85, that's just straight attributes getting them up. They don't have any badges to rely on. But looking at these All-Stars, I mean, you got D'Lo, Tyrese, Paul George. I mean, he's older, but Franz, Jalen Smith. I mean, there's still a couple guys who are, the normal names you'd see, but like, even looking at the West, you got Bron still, Steph. I mean, that's really it. I mean, a lot of these names are not guys you would see. I mean, a lot of these guys aren't even rotational players. I mean, a couple of them are, but the East is definitely a little more normal. I mean, none of this is normal, but it's a little more normal than the West. I mean, the West, Devin Carter, Olivier Maxence Prosper, Hunter Tyson. I don't know if Jonas has been an All-Star in the last 6 years. So this is cool to see. Alright, I'll see you guys at the end of the season to go over stats. Alright, it seems like the dude who's had the biggest impact on this from these overall changes is D'Angelo Russell. Dude comes out here and drops 22 and wins MVP, shooting damn near 50, 40, 90. Rookie of the year, Nikola Topic. Okay, he averaged 24. Damn. Luka's sixth man on the Lakers. I guess some trades happened that I didn't notice. Vic still wins Defensive Player of the Year. I guess some things never do change. Hardy wins Most Improved, averaging 23. I'm excited to see what these stats look like. Cam Whitmore, Clutch Player of the Year. All NBA first teams got D'Lo, Tyrese, LaMelo, Topic, and Kolek, all guards. Damn, all guards on first team. Sengun, Trae Young. Look at Marcus Sasek. Vic, Devin Carter. Seems like guards have had a real impact. Like, are impacted the most by this. Got Hardy, Naz Reid, Hawkes, Daron Sharp, Dillingham. All defense kind of just looks the same outside of Josh Minot. But, I mean, most of the defense seems to still be pretty normal looking. Looking at the standings, you got the Brooklyn Nets as the 1 seed, winning 55 games. Damn, D'Lo really took a liking to these overall changes. Followed by the Bulls, the Heat, the Hawks, the Raptors. Why does it kind of feel like the order is just switched from what the normal seeding was like this year? Detroit's in 6th, Indy, New York, Cleveland, Washington. Damn, Milwaukee and Boston did not fare well from this. That's crazy to see. Orlando, Philly, Charlotte still sucks. Looking at the West, you got... This is a little more normal. Like I said, the West seemed to be less impacted by this for some reason. You got Dallas at the 1, Golden State, San Antonio, Minnesota, Phoenix, Clippers. I mean, there's some changes. Like, LA's bad, Houston's bad, OKC's not great. But the West is a little more normal looking than the East was. I mean, the East is, like I said, damn near flipped from the normal standings in real life. Now, looking at stats, points are definitely down. I guess, if everybody's the same overall, the averages should shrink. But looking at these leaders, Topic led the league at 24.1 points per game, followed by 2 regulars with LaMelo and Tyrese. But then you got Jaden Hardy averaging 23, Risa Shea averaging 22, MVP D'Lo averaging 22, Trae Young and Dame, normal. Kolek and Sasser up there. Look at all these guards. This seemed to really affect big man scoring. I mean, where's the first? Tatum's the first forward to get on this list, and that's at, 25 in the league. Where's the first center? Sengun at 34, averaging 17 a game. This really seemed to hurt centers, or any big men in general, really. Was not expecting that to be the outcome, but that's cool to see. What about rebounding numbers? The names are definitely different. You still got some normal guys, but numbers seem to be down. I mean, nobody's really averaging double digits outside of Mitchell Robinson and Trace Jackson Davis, but numbers are just really down in general, it seems like. Look at Devin Carter, dude. This dude was a monster. 6'2" point guard, averaging 8 boards a game. This might be the most improved player from what I've seen so far. How do assist numbers look? It's kind of your normal guys at the top. I mean, numbers are down like regular, but look at J.D. Davison, Tyler Kolek. The guards really seem to have the biggest help from this, which is interesting to see. But numbers are definitely down. I don't expect. Yeah, I mean, steal numbers look pretty normal. Devin Carter and top 5 in another stat. This dude's a monster. Block numbers look pretty much the same. You got your normal guys. I mean, some of these center names are different, but you're still, I mean, it's not like I changed height or anything. You still got Vic, you still got Walker, still got Mitchell Robinson, Chet, Klingon. Like, these are some more normal names that you're used to seeing. So, defense hasn't seemed to change very much. Field goal percentage, it seems like guys were very efficient. I mean, how many of these guys are shooting above 50%? Jeez. I mean, how far down are we going to get? I mean, the top 82 guys in the league are shooting above 50% from the field. I didn't think... I expect the averages to be down, but I didn't expect efficiency to be up this much. That's insane. Is three-point percentage that crazy too? Kind of. I mean, you got 2 guys shooting over 50%, and you know they're taking a decent amount, yeah. But, I mean, how many of these guys are shooting over 40%? Dude, is it going to be over 60? It's about the same. 84 guys in the league are shooting over 40% from 3. That is insane. I mean, obviously the numbers are going to be a little more down, just because, I mean, the attempts are there, but looking at makes, I mean, if scoring averages are down, you've got to expect makes to be down as well. That's very interesting to see those percentages all skyrocket with stats being down. It's cool to see though. It's interesting. We're looking at first round matchups. We got Dallas versus Sacramento, 2 non-playoff teams making it into the playoffs. Minnesota and Phoenix. Obviously Minnesota made it, but San Antonio and the Clippers, and then Golden State and Denver. Like I said, the West is a little more normal, but we get to the East, and it's where it's a lot more fun. We got Brooklyn as the 1 seed, which is cool to see, against New York, who dropped off pretty drastically. Atlanta and Toronto, 2 non-playoff teams making it. And then Miami and Detroit, another 1 of 2. And then Chicago versus Indy, who had a pretty steep fall off too. A finals team is the 7 seed. Let's see how these first round matchups end up. Going into the second round, we only have 2 teams from real life who have made. Going into the second round, we only have 2 teams who are still in the playoffs, who were in the playoffs in real life in the second round, in Minnesota and Golden State. Outside that, I mean, Dallas, Clippers. The East is just a shit show. I mean, none of these teams even made the playoffs, let alone made it to the second round. The West is at least a little normal. But, I mean, the East seems to have been incredibly affected by these overall averages. And let's see how it looks going into the conference finals. Alright, it seems like you can't stop the normal West teams from making their runs, but look at Brooklyn. They have yet to lose a playoff game. And they're facing off against 3 seed Miami, who, once again, didn't make the playoffs in real life. Alright, let's see if Brooklyn can continue their winning streak, and let's see which one of these, real life playoff teams, maybe Minnesota can get past that hump of the conference finals they were in this year. So Minnesota did make it past the conference finals, unlike real life, but their leader was not Ant, it was Terrence Shannon Jr. And unsurprisingly, the Brooklyn Nets made it to the NBA Finals with D'Lo leading the charge. The league MVP wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP as well. Looking at these two lineups, it is very different than the real life lineups that you'd see. Rob barely played this year, Terrence Shannon Jr. barely played, Jalen Clark was a low rotation player, Leonard Miller didn't play, and then Naz Reid was off the bench, but he's starting now. And then with the Nets, D'Lo played, but D'Anthony Melton wasn't a real piece. Noah Clowney played, and so did Day'Ron, but I don't know if I don't know. I didn't really follow too many Nets games, to be honest with you. But this should be an interesting series. Kind of hoping to see D'Lo be the star of this episode. I know I said Devin Carter was the most improved, but it's cool to see D'Lo be turning the star that people thought he once maybe could be. All right, let's see how this finals matchup turns out. Nets take game 1. Let's see the box score. D'Lo with a good 20-6 game, won by 16. This Nets team looks pretty good. Nets take game 2. Another kind of blowout win. D'Lo with nice 31 piece. This has been a huge resurgence for him. Nets take game 3. Is this a blowout as well? Another one by 8, but D'Lo with another masterclass, 26-8. Are they about to sweep the finals? They are. Wow. You get D'Angelo Russell as your finals MVP, leading the Brooklyn Nets to an NBA championship, averaging 21, 2.5, 5.5 on 48% from the field, 87% from the line, and 40% from 3. Who would have thought the Brooklyn Nets would have been most impacted by this? This was a really interesting simulation. Much better than the height simulation I did last time. This was cool to see. To recap, the changing and averaging of everyone's overalls down to an 85 really seemed to impact guards more than anything. It seemed like guards got the most improvement out of it, and centers took a pretty big hit. It didn't seem to affect the West as much, but the East was a complete swap of what it was in real life. You have the Brooklyn Nets winning the NBA Finals. Who would have thought? That was an interesting simulation. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Peace.